Okay, folks, listen. It's that time, right? Now's the time to put that turkey in. But I told you guys last year and the year before that and the year before that, the only way you're going to come up with a succulent, juicy turkey, we got to brine it, right? So we finna get it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, listen, I got about 8 cups of water in here right now. So this is what we're going to do. I already brought it up to a boil, so I'm going to make it super fast, right? I'm just going to add all of my ingredients. The full ingredient list will be on my website, smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now I'm just adding in some of my bigger slices of my orange. We're going to put some onion in here. You know, we want all of these flavors to just marry into this right here. And the real star going to be that cup of salt. Where we at? You saw everything in here. Don't forget, you know, that if you guys want this recipe, this will be on my website. What I'm going to do now is I'm getting ready to remove this. And how do I know what the time is? The objective is for us to go ahead and get that salted. Once we don't have no salt in here, it's ready. All of this right here is nice, hot, release this flavor in here, and the aromatic that comes off of this is going to be amazing, right? It's the process of the brine that I promise you. You do this and do it the way I show you guys, listen, you're going to be able to make a juicy turkey breast. I think I hear everybody named Mama say, you know what, I'm not cool on turkey. I like turkey, but I like the dark meat. I'm gonna show you how to make it all great. This is hot. Now, we don't want to put the turkey in no hot brine because this hot brine will start to cook it, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pour this into my bucket. So that's nice and hot. What I do is I add some ice to it because we want to get this nice and cool and to stop it from cooking it so that we can put our turkey in. All right, so once I hit it with them ice cubes, that shocked it and promise you, stuck my finger in there, it is nice and cool. But you guys can see what your brine should look like. Look at that. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the real when it comes to having a brine. I give these measurements. You can look at like my recipes, and sometimes I use 3 sprigs of this, 3 sprigs for that. It depends on the profile that you want to have inside of that meat, right? If you want to put the whole box in there, then do it. You know what I mean? Just giving you guys some options. If you look right here, this is a nice looking bird. Cleaned out. Now I'm going to go ahead and just drop her in here like this. And somebody tell me down in the comment section below, how come when men do something, it's always look at her? You know what I mean? Why is my turkey a her? Completely submerged, got it soaking, nice and cold, right? It's nice and cool this time of the year. This will keep it just right. And guess what? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, folks, so look, now it's the next day, right? Now listen, I like to really, I'm gonna be honest with you, I like to do it for 24 hours, right? So we put it in, that was yesterday evening. So right now, I'm gonna say it's in about 16 hours right now. So what I'm gonna do is, these are the ingredients, and this year we're gonna stuff it, right? Now I asked a poll inside of one of my lives, and everybody said, I'm gonna say 78% of the people said they wanted to see a stuffed turkey this year. Here, you guys can come on here and, take a look. It's been brining, overnight. I sat in the side of one of these corners in my garage. You know what I mean? Where, I had an airtight lid. Now, what I want to do is, I'm going to take it over there to the sink. I'm going to go ahead and just take this out. I'm going to grab it by the legs, let it kind of like drip. You guys are going to see like the skin on the front. Let me get this a little closer, a little less clean up, right? What that is it's starting to drain from the inside, but we're going to turn it this way and just let it, drain. And now right off the back, I promise you guys, you're going to say, ooh, that smells great when you take it out. So now we'll bring this and put this down over here, right? Notice how the cavity is open right here. This is perfect. Okay, folks, now, once you have everything set up like this, and I want you guys to take a look at my ingredients right here. This is just some poultry seasoning. And the reason I'm gonna call it stuffing, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're stuffing it into the cavity of the bird, right? So I got a few other ingredients right here, but don't forget, the full ingredient list is on my website. That's smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Right, so this is what we're gonna need to do, folks. You're gonna need to get yourself, I usually just bring myself a roll, because in order for us to put this in there and let it brown properly and all of that, we wanna go ahead and make sure we pat it dry. Now, we had brine all in the inside in here, right? I like to get all of the moisture out, so I'm gonna go ahead and just stick this in here like this. You know what I mean? Let that work a little bit, move it around. Hold it upside down because there's some bones right down here underneath, this backbone, you know what I mean? So liquid tends to just like hide everywhere, right? So we put that in here like this, and you can see by the way that I'm pulling it out, like, oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's nice and moist, right? But we want to get this dry. Now I want you guys to just use your brain a little bit and get a visual from what I'm getting ready to say. Imagine this in the inside of the oven, right? Nice, it's hot. We cooking at the temperature. And by the way, we're gonna do it at 325 degrees, right? So as it starts to, steam and all of the juices from the breast and everything just starts to go in, it gets on the stuffing. Now, I don't know why everybody sleeps on the stuffing. I love it when I have it with somebody else, but I just never really make it. I've only made it a couple of times this way. But you know what? This year, this is the way we're gonna do it. I'm actually gonna put out 2 because we're gonna have a lot of guests this year. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do 1 stuffed and the other will just be, traditional. Now, I want you guys to come on down here and look inside here. Make sure that light getting it. You can just see the inside of the cavity, right? So I'm gonna leave that right there because I just saw a little bit of my brine moving around. And this is gonna be essential. Right? We just want to get it all out. Then what I do is I take it. I like the way they did this. They took the skin and put the legs back there. Got it. So now I just want to pat the rest of the bird down because we want everything to be nice and dry. All right, so once we got everything patted dry, I still keep my little half sheets on the side because listen, moisture has a way to just, come out of nowhere. I want you guys to pay attention right here. This is my dressing really, but we're going to call it stuffing. Now, I'll put a link up here. You look at that, I'll give you the recipe for this right here. This right here is fire. Now, if you got a lot of people coming, why not just stuff it and then do the rest the traditional way? But this right here will get you going. Oh, and if you didn't know, that's that andouille right there, folks. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we get ready to get everything going, right? Then don't forget, I'm making a video, so it'll be a little bit longer than it would actually take, right? But when you go to my website, up at the top, it'll tell you how long it take you for prep and all of that, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven, right? So per the instructions on the, where this was packaged up, it'll tell you the, cooking temperature. This one right here, 325 degrees. It was 12 pounds. So for every pound, we want to add 15 minutes, right? But in my experience, I'll tell you anywhere between 3.5 to 4 hours, this will be ready. So again, bake, 325. We hit the start. I'm gonna turn my light on. Now listen, for those of us that only have like a single oven, you guys might want to check my website, right? Because I got crock pot recipes and I got a lot of holiday recipes. Like for one, you can make a glazed ham inside of a crock pot. That's for you guys, because the oven is a premium. Listen, I'm gonna be rambling in this video, but I'm gonna be giving you guys pro tips after pro tips. I got y'all. Before I put the stuffing in, I want to talk to you guys about the butter, right? This is already like softened butter. I keep it in a Tupperware just off next to on the counter. This is just soft butter that hadn't made it into this yet. And then here, I don't know if you guys have seen, I made a compound butter. I made a video. Look at that right there. Look, I put this on steaks, put it on everything. And actually, I could put this on here if I wanted to go to Cajun style, right? But I got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna make another smoked one, show you guys how easy that is to make. I think I'll even simplify what I say even better. Back to this. I'm gonna set this to the side. We just gonna use, I think I'm gonna use butter. Now the reason I have this right here, look, this is the avocado oil. You know what I mean? This is how we gonna get it to brown and everything to brown evenly. Compound butter is gonna be for the smoked turkey that I'm getting ready to do, like in the next couple of days. The butter, I'm gonna set this off to the side because I'd like to get all of my butter on here, but I would like to put my herbs in there. But I'm gonna save my herbs, right? When I showed you guys that this avocado spray right here, this is perfect for browning. All right, so I'm gonna spray this. Now, if you guys don't have an avocado spray, hey, listen, you can spray Pam on this. They got all kind of, like spray oils, that works fine. Now, when we come back to the poultry, right, we just gonna add this onto here like this, right? So we just wanna season the bird, just the other yard bird. Now, you guys can come here and look. This is properly seasoned for my first layer. Right? So you guys can add whatever other seasoning you would like on top. For me, I'm gonna get a little color from my B rub, right? This right here is for like a little bit. I love the profile for it anyway. My A rub is really for like chicken and lighter meats. You know what I mean? But I love this on turkey. I promise you, this combination is gonna be nice. Now I'm gonna hold this up because I don't want to put a whole lot on here, right? I'm just gonna add just a little bit. You can see it putting a little color on there. Open this up, put this over here on this side. You don't need a whole lot, folks. I see some people out here, they seasoning a lot. You know what I mean? But too much of that, in the long run, you end up with hypertension, you know what I mean? And just other health issues, you know what I mean? So why not train your palate, now? Now, you guys see what it looks like. I know we done got up close with it. You can see that's properly seasoned and it's not over seasoned, right? So look, I'm gonna go back now and just hit it like this, just over the top. Now we're gonna go ahead and start the stuffing part. We're gonna stuff it. We only like about 10 minutes away from getting this inside the oven, right? What I wanna tell you is, you guys gotta look, right? So I'm gonna take this, you know what I mean? And the reason I have this, because sometimes we need to add something to it because we looking for a certain wetness, right? I like mine to be a little bit on the drier side. So when I take it like this, You know what I mean? This right here is actually, this is perfect. I don't need to add no more broth to it, right? So this right here is nice. See how it holds it? It'll take a little bit of a throw. You know what I mean? You just don't want it super wet. All you need to do is get yourself a spoon, you know, something large, and we're gonna fill up this cavity, right? With this andouille and all of that. So now we just take this and we just, you know, put it in the inside. Now I got it. A lot of you guys, you gotta let me know, man, how many of y'all have really had it stuffed, or better yet, just how many people have done it. You might have had it, you know, a stuffed bird before, but as far as you making it, that's where I'm interested in knowing. And because they had everything coming from the, you know, out of the packaging, you know, with that legs crossed like that, it would be easier for me if I had them undone, but I don't know how easy it would to get them back. So I'm just putting this in here, just like you guys see. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, because I don't wanna pack nothing in there. You know what I mean? But we wanna make sure it stay. Now that I put this last little bit in here, because I like to have some like this. Let me see. I think I can get a little bit more in there. And just in case you didn't know, dressing is more of a seam or stuffing. This is stuffing because obviously we stuffed it in the inside. You guys can tell by the way I'm talking right now that I'm really into this. You know what I mean? So that right there is what you want, folks. All right, now for the good part. Notice I have a pan or a pot here big enough for me to put my lid on. That's why I didn't do no giant turkey. You know what I mean? At my actual house, I have one bigger than this, but this is all we need for a 12 pound. I could have went up to like 14 pounds, right? Now, don't forget it's gonna render a whole lot of drippings. I just sprayed the bottom so we don't have no issues, right? And I didn't cut none of the flap off or nothing like that, because some people like the skin, but I'll do all that at the end, right? If I decide to do it. So I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna set this one right here. Ooh, my goodness. I'm gonna tell it night night, and it's finna get hot. Now, before I put this in here, let me say this. We going 3.5 hours, right? But the first 2 hours, I don't take a look at it. I let it build up steam in the inside of this and that heat, and I let it start to work. So I'm gonna put this in here. So my first timer will be, my ultimate one will be 3 hours and 30 minutes, but the one that's gonna go off first is gonna be at 2 hours. We don't need to take a look at it, nothing like this. I promise you it worked. Okay, folks, let's look at it. Remember, I told you 2 hours. Right? I'm gonna open it towards you guys, make sure that it came out right. Oh yeah. You see that right there? But more importantly, let's look in here and look at the bottom of the pan. You see that right there? Talk to me, folks. That's how you know we gonna have a great tasting, you know, gravy, right? We gotta save them drippings. And you can see this now. I don't wanna disturb that right now, because if I do, I'm gonna show you what happens. Because the heat been in here, working its way around, so this get a little bit of dark. But when I move it over like this, you can see that it's nice in the inside. We still got a little bit more cooking to do. Oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna give you guys, this is where the pro tip come in at. We're gonna use the drippings, you know, obviously, because I keep talking about it. We're gonna use that, you know, for our gravy, right? Now I want you to pay attention. I'm putting some of my drippings on here. This is what we're gonna base with, right? See that? Oh man. Then I want you guys to imagine, as it falls down, right? This is the good part. As it falls down, what it does is the seasoning that we put on the skin, you know what it does. It drips back in there, and this is why we don't have to season this is why we won't have to season, you know, our gravy. All right, so after we baste it, we're gonna go in. I tell you, it's gonna take about 3.5 hours, right? But this is, we're gonna take out that guesswork where I say it's gonna take about. You know why? Because every 30 minutes from here on out, we're gonna check this. You guys gotta have a meat thermometer, right? You know what I mean? When the time comes, we'll talk about it again. Remember, we're going another about an hour and a half, and we're gonna check on it every 30 minutes to get a temperature, and we baste it. See you in 30. All right, just pulled it out. This was another 30 minutes, so right now we have 2 hours and 30 minutes, right? So you guys get to see it before I do it. I don't even take a peek at it. You know what I mean? When you've been making them this long, they're easy to make. I'm looking at where it's browning, I'm looking at my drippings. So again, I'm getting ready to baste. That's up to you guys. I do it every 30 minutes. Some people like to do it a little bit more. My thing is, the more you keep opening that oven, the longer it's gonna take for everything to, you know, to cook. I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and cue that music so you guys can see what food porn is all about. All right, so look, now we wanna go ahead and use meat thermometer, right? I need that instant read. So what I want to do is I want to read it from, I'll do it from this side so we can get in the thickest part of it, right? So we put it in there. It's got a little resistance to it, you know what I mean? But it's nice. We got a little ways to go, right? We're looking for 160, folks. So I'm finna put it back in here. I'm gonna baste it a couple of more times, you know what I mean? Because we do have 1 hour, so I'm gonna baste it twice. I'm not gonna bore you guys. You guys will see it the last time, and we're gonna make sure that it temps at 160. Okay, folks, look, I done pulled this out. Let me see. I already took a look at it, you know what I mean, just to see where we at. Now what I wanna do now is I'm gonna baste it, then we're gonna let this rest. I like to let my turkeys rest at least 30 minutes, right? We just wanted to redistribute all of the juices in the inside. But this right here, look at that right there. That should get you going. Nothing like putting something that look like this on your Thanksgiving, you know, table. You know, so ooh-wee. And how did I reach my temperature? And that's the only reason I was able to check it, because I got a meat thermometer, folks. If you guys don't have one, you gotta get one. Other than that, you guessing. Look at that right there. We got some drippings down at the bottom of the pan. You know what I mean? And we're gonna let this just rest for 30 minutes. Get yourself one of these. It's the holidays. We're gonna be carving. If you're looking for a slicer like that, this is gonna take us through the rest of the holidays, the first of the year, and it's gonna get us all the way to spring. So when we start smoking again, guess what, folks? I'm finna make a dent in it. If you guys look right here, look at this right here. All of this, and then some of this fine on the side. You know what I mean? You just wanna push this down. This is what we're getting ready to make our turkey gravy with, folks. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Oh man, I tasted some of this dressing, excuse me, some of this stuff into the back of here. Oh man, I had 5 of these pieces right here. I just knocked off one. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna get in here just to cut it so you guys can see, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just take it like this. I think I'm just gonna cut, here, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna take this leg off for you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you wanna know, is it juicy and all of that? Look at this right here. Look down in there. Look, nice, moist, but I got it, this the dark meat. So now, push this in there. You see how they go in there? Look, this, oh my goodness. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna go ahead and just get us a little piece right here. I'm gonna set this over here just so you guys can take a look at that right there. Don't forget, folks, we brine this one. All right, folks, so look, after all the eye candy and all of that, listen, we start making everything about this turkey, which it is, because it's brine. You can look at that, you can tell how moist this is. Look, I can take my spoon, you know, and get in the inside, but now we want to try some of this, it's so hard for me to keep saying, you know, stuffing, but you guys know what I mean. And then you can see the meat on here too. That's because we put some of that, yes, we did, folks. We put some of that andouille, and that's that chicken andouille. You know what I mean? So look at that right there. Now, only thing I haven't done yet was to get the drippings going so I can get my gravy. You know what I mean? But we just take it like this. And you see that right there? If you ask me, I'd have another plate. I'd have potato salad, candy yams, green, a small little ramekin with that pot liquor in it. Don't get me started, folks. As you can see, I cut, you know, a couple of slices out of the breast. You guys can see that it's still moist, right? Then you can see right here inside the cavity of our turkey, that's our dressing, right? But listen, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of talking. You can see I got this in my hand already, right? So let's go ahead and get ourselves some. So I don't know how you guys eat it. I eat mine with a little cranberry sauce, you know what I'm saying, on here. Just like you see, only thing missing right now is the gravy. I haven't had no time to make the gravy because I'm just trying to wrap this up and I'm hungry, folks. So let's do it. Cheers, y'all. Nothing like this right here. Now, let's talk about this turkey. As you can see, is it moist? You tell me. I'm just trying to pick it up. You see how this opens up? And it tears? Oh my God. Hey, look, I got a little turkey dripping right there. Again, cheers, folks. Hold on. Folks, I promise you I got the best job on the planet. You know, get to make delicious food like this. And the beauty of it is, once you learn how to make this, if you really like turkey and like them turkey sandwiches, you can make this anytime. This is real easy to do. Do it, you can make this while you're watching football. Hey, don't forget, get you some protection in the kitchen, folks. You see this right here. I got my apron on. They come in 3 different colors. We got it right here in burgundy. We got an olive green, and you guys always see me in my denim, right? And don't forget this part. We got custom names. So check out my website. Again, that's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com. That's WITAB.com. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Bon appetit, folks.